How prepared are y'all for a doomsday event? I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way. Ayy. So I checked out the flick Tides. This is a post-apocalypse film that was directed by Tim Fehlbaum. The film takes place in the future, where climate change, pandemics, and wars have made the Earth uninhabitable. So the ruling elite class of people boarded ships and dipped to a distant planet called Kepler 209, where they settled. While back on Earth, the ocean's tides flooded the planet, causing the majority of people to meet their demise. An astronaut named Louise Blake that was raised on Kepler 209 joins the elite's second attempt to travel back to Earth. They want to find out if people living on Earth are able to have children. If so, the Earth can be their home again, because the planet Kepler 209 has made all the survivors living there sterile and barren. Louise also has her own personal motives for heading back to Earth. She wants to find her father, who was a member of the first crew of astronauts that traveled back to the Earth but went MIA. The film's story was pretty straightforward, but there was a lot of twists throughout to keep you engaged. The visuals of the Earth looking like a water world were on point and was the best part of this film. The movie starts off with Louise and her crew crash landing into an ocean on Earth, and she was the only person to make it uninjured. While she was out exploring and looking for signs of life, she and her crew are attacked, abducted, and made prisoners by a gang of survivors living on the Earth like scavengers. To complete her mission, she has to survive the scavengers, later dubbed as mud people, and other armed survivors roaming the Earth that rob and pillage other survivors. The post-apocalyptic world kind of reminded me of Mad Max, except in this film, the ocean's tides left the Earth's surface muddy and looking like a wet beach or a wasteland full of water. The atmosphere was also hella misty, to the point where it was hard for us to see what the hell was going down at times. After Louise took down the villain, the film kind of just ended with a whole lot of uncertainty about what will go down next. We were left with so many unanswered questions, so maybe we'll get a sequel if this film's successful. I want to know if the rest of the people from Kepler 209 will actually mission back to the Earth, and how the people were able to survive on Kepler 209 for so many years without running out of oxygen and supplies. In the film, Kepler 209 is a fictional planet that is supposedly hundreds of light years away. It has no lakes or oceans, and the weather is dry as hell. The planet's terrain is rocky, and to turn things up, they said you need a respirator to breathe when you outside. So they should have explained why the elites chose such a harsh planet to live on. The film did feature some cool futuristic equipment, like guns with sights that could see through the thick mist, and medical supplies that could heal wounds instantly. The astronauts also kept suicidal microchips that, when taken orally, could cause death in seconds. Nora Arnezeder played a role well as Louise Blake. She was hella stealthy. She was able to sneak around and evade detection from armed goons like she was Solid Snake, straight up out of Metal Gear Solid. And she turned out to be a dope action hero that was able to keep you engaged through some suspenseful and thrilling moments. This movie should have been lit. It started off interesting with a dope action sequence, but somewhere along the lines they went off course, and by the end of the film, they missed the mark. Also, there was a lot of drama and dialogue between the characters that dragged out the story a lot longer than it had to be. But there was a decent amount of action sprinkled throughout the film, and all the characters played their roles well, so I'm gonna go ahead and run Tide's 2 mics. Let me know what y'all thought about the film in the comments below. It's absolutely free for y'all to support the channel. Doesn't cost y'all a dime to hit that like and subscribe button, so make sure y'all do that. And I'm gonna get up with y'all on the next video, alright? Holla at me. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way